We're in a blue state. That's all by design. Don't get it twisted, folks. They do this intentionally, just like they're bringing the one in Washington, just like Georgia. They pick these states on purpose.
Alina Habba is not exactly a lawyer's lawyer. I was recently at a legal conference in Las Vegas, and there were some attorneys there described as lawyers' lawyers who lawyer and try cases in a way that is interesting and impressive and to be studied by other lawyers. Alina Habba does not exactly meet that standard. That I can tell you. And now, as Donald Trump's former lawyer and his on-air and media spokesperson of sorts, she has been doing interview after interview to try to run PR interference for Trump during this jury selection process in his first of 4 criminal trials. She appeared on Newsmax yesterday, and she says that the reason that this trial is being held in New York is by design for political reasons. I have to assume she knows this isn't true, but let's listen to what she had to say.
We're in a blue state. That's all by design. Don't get it twisted, folks. They do this intentionally, just like they're bringing the one in Washington, just like Georgia. They pick these states on purpose.
Now, remember, Georgia is not exactly a ripping blue state. It is basically a 50-50 state, which Biden barely won by 11,000 votes in 2020. The reason that there is a trial in Georgia is that Trump is accused of crimes in Georgia. The reason that there is a trial in Washington, D.C. is that we are talking about federal crimes investigated in D.C. That's the venue, so that's where they're going to try the case. And the reason that there is a trial in New York is that that is where Trump and Michael Cohen concocted this scheme of alleged election interference with the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. It took place in New York. And so that's why the trial is being held there. Alina Habba also commenting again on reports that Donald Trump fell asleep in court.
Alina, Maggie Haberman was in the courtroom yesterday, and a reporter from the New York Times, and she claims that Trump fell asleep. I mean, weigh in on this. Is she wrong? I mean, she very adamantly believes he fell asleep, and he says he didn't. What do you weigh in on this, please?
Having not been there, Alina, please give us your opinion.
It's not there. I find that a remarkable story at best. President Trump, he reads a lot. I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't there. There are no.
She's already lying. Trump doesn't read. She doesn't really know what to say. But the idea that Trump reading a lot serves as some kind of pretext to argue that it's unlikely he fell asleep doesn't even make any passing sense.
Cameras, I wish there were, but he's been sitting there as he's forced to at the threat of going to jail if he's not sitting there for what I assume would be a very mundane day. They are going through jury selection.
Right.
There were a tremendous amount of motions being heard yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But no, look, I wasn't there, so I can't comment on that. I find that to be a ridiculous thought, though.
So she wasn't there, so she can't say for sure, but it sounds unlikely Trump would sleep at trial because he reads a lot. It's not necessarily convincing me. And then lastly, again, another one of these non-legal arguments that you could never get away with in court. Alina Habba saying this trial doesn't even make sense because there was no murder here. We're talking about accounting elements.
There was no murder here. There was nothing. There was somebody in the accounting department at the Trump organization while the president was sitting in the Oval Office that booked a legal issue as a legal issue in the accounting records. And now they're making a misdemeanor a felony. What is the rush?
Now, remember that if this can all be chalked up to a mistake, it would suggest it wasn't done deliberately, knowing exactly why this non-legal expense was booked as a legal expense. It was booked in this way to hide the fact that it was effectively a campaign contribution that was squirreled through Michael Cohen in order to prevent Stormy Daniels from talking and potentially messing up Trump's election to the presidency, which, by the way, if it hadn't happened, we would still have Roe v. Wade. None of these are legal arguments. There's a reason why they are being made on TV rather than in court. And failed former Trump lawyer Alina Habba showing us why she is a failed former lawyer. One of today's sponsors is Strideline, the creator of the most comfortable sock on earth. Established in 2009 by childhood friends in Seattle, Strideline has dedicated years to researching the most comfortable socks, and they really are. They present you with socks that are not only incredibly comfortable, but highly functional for an unparalleled experience. For the sports enthusiasts in the audience, Strideline will keep your feet warm on game day. As an official partner of the NFL, MLB, NCAA, and Major League Soccer, they bring you a range of socks tailored for every sports fan. But Strideline's diverse collection also includes non-sports socks like basic crew and ankle socks, as well as premium options like combed cotton and merino wool. Embracing sustainability, their eco socks are made from recycled plastic bottles that are taken out of the ocean. You can make your feet and the earth more comfortable. I grabbed a pair of fantastic New England Patriots socks, even though it's not going so well for the Pats right now. They are still my go-to when I'm watching the games. Go enhance your comfort with a 20% discount only for the David Pakman Show. No other show is getting this discount. Use code PAKMAN for 20% off at strideline.com. The link is down below.